Hello, my name is Matthew Glinky. I'll be your next speaker. Are all my judges ready? And timer. Okay, let's begin. Do you ever ask yourself, what could have happened if you had decided to take that one chance? A life is a series of choices, from choosing toys from the store as a child, to picking what sport we want to play, or where we go to college as a teenager, to who we marry or what job we want as an adult. But what if? Could you have taken a risk that would have changed your life forever? Today I decided to take a risk by wearing this suit. So no, it wasn't a hand-me-down that I was forced to wear. And for the first time ever, you may have to ponder what you put in the professional appearance box. Meanwhile, my competitors that saw me in the suit are thinking, at least I beat that guy. Whether or not you think the suit is a good risk or a bad risk is completely up to you. The definition of risk, however, is the potential of losing something of value. Value could include social status, emotional well-being, financial wealth, personal health. As we go through life, God gives us opportunities to take smart risks, to put ourselves outside of our comfort zone, which can lead to failure after failure, but have the possibility to lead to success after success. Today I want to excite something inside of you, a desire to take a smart risk because of the beneficial outcome it can have on your life or on the life of someone that you know. Some of the greatest people, historical events, inventions have all started with risks. Fired from a newspaper company because he lacked imagination and creativity, you may recognize his name as Walt Disney. And if you ask me, Disneyland is a pretty creative place. Kicked out of his company at 30 years old, only to come back and lead it into a new era of technological devices, Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, which produces iPhones, iMacs, iPads, iWatches, for all we know, probably the iCar pretty soon. Cut from his high school basketball team, this boy went home, locked his door, and cried in his room. Michael Jordan went on to become a basketball legend. Last but not least, rejected from Decca recording studios because they lacked potential in the show business. The Beatles were one of the most influential and famous bands our world has ever seen. So what am I trying to say? What do all of these people have in common? They had confidence in themselves, and regardless of what everybody else said, they took a risk and changed the world in ways never thought possible. Now, unlike the risks I just mentioned, obviously foolish risks exist also. For example, trying to cross a 4-lane freeway with a blindfold on is a bad risk. Furthermore, trying to walk across a tightrope for the first time ever in your entire life, multiple stories off the ground, also with a blindfold on, is a bad risk. Pretty much, if it ends with the words, with a blindfold on, you may want to reevaluate that risk 1 or maybe 2 more times. Don't risk a lot with the potential of only gaining a little. Because then you find yourself taking risks that are the safety of yourself and the safety of others, and you find yourself picking up the shattered remains of your dreams. Risk should include logic and reason. People influenced not to take risks have grown up in environments teaching that risk-taking is always careless, that it's always detrimental, that it's always at the safety of others. But we can't live in a safety zone our entire life. As John A. Sheed says, an American novelist, ships are safe in the harbor. But that's not what ships are meant for. So what do we learn by taking risks? How do we benefit by taking risks? First of all, you learn new aspects about yourself. You learn new aspects about the world. Maybe strengths and weaknesses you never knew you had. If you never step up to the challenge, you might find yourself in a life that bores you, with no dynamic, no color. Second, by taking risk, it gives you the opportunity to overcome your fears. Life doesn't come with any guarantees, and that makes it scary. But that's where we learn our confidence and our courage. Third, by taking risks, it gives you the ability to learn from your failures. I hate to break it to you, but risks don't always end in successes. Thomas Edison was in the process of creating the light bulb and had tried 9,000 different ways, all that had failed. A reporter came up to him and asked, "Have you ever felt like a failure any time during this process?" Thomas Edison responded with, "Why would I feel like a failure? I now know 9,000 different ways that a light bulb doesn't work. Success is nearly in my grasp." 1,000 tries later, Thomas Edison went on to create the light bulb. Fourth, and finally, by taking risks, it gives us the ability to accomplish our dreams and aspirations. Success just doesn't land in our lap. You can't expect to play it safe all the time and achieve your ambition. No. You have to go outside of your comfort zone, step by step, risk by risk, to find what you're passionate about. Now you could be sitting there wondering, what could I have done? What could I have been? Or you could take the opportunities and seize them to add something to your story of life. Because you'll find as your story closes and your life wraps up, the things that you regret the most are the things that you didn't do. And I don't know what risk looks in your life, and while you don't need to agonize over every single decision, it's the big opportunities that involve risk that are going to leave you standing in your tracks. And you have the ability to take a risk or to play it safe. And what are you going to choose? As I talked about good and bad risks, how risks affect our lives in negative and positive ways, you may not see this suit as a good representation of what I'm trying to get across. But I would like to disagree. Because I don't want you to remember me, which would be nice, or the suit necessarily, which in case you're wondering, you can buy one at oposuits.com. But the idea behind the suit. Because as crazy as the suit may look, and as crazy as I may look, if I am able to motivate you, inspire you to take a risk even with the opportunity of failure because of the beneficial outcome it can have on your life or on the life of someone that you love, then I'd be willing to do this over and over again. Because the biggest risk you can ever take in your entire life is not taking any risk at all. Thank you very much. Thank you, buddy.
7 minutes and 43 seconds.
Thank you. I hope you guys all have a good rest of your day.
Congratulations on making it to the final.
Oh, thank you.